Yo, welcome to the Succeed podcast with that boy Russell Thomas that's going to give you the game. I advise you right now to go get your notes ready. Pen and pad or get that phone ready. Let's get it. Check it out. Welcome back. Listen, man, I'm ready because every time I'm here, the Dr. Thompson. We're gonna call you Doctor right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always learning, and some of the podcast clips, you'll see me just because I'm listening, I'm learning. We've had a lot of people kind of interact with us on the podcast, checking us out, and now they got questions. I think they were just trying to fill you out first, man. I think they were trying to say or fill out, does this dude really know all this when it comes to trust businesses? The Succeed brand itself, you know what I'm saying? And we got a special guest in the building. I want you to go ahead and introduce him, man, so we can roll this thing out, man. I'm excited about it.
Hey, I had to get this guy, in here. And I've been knowing this guy for a long time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he's like, when it comes to he's called the graphic king.
Yeah.
He's you probably seen a lot of things in Dallas around here that he put his hand on. And man, I want to, hey man, King, man, welcome, bro.
Thank you,
welcome
brother.
to the
Thank
podcast,
you for having
bro.
me.
Welcome to the building, bro.
Man, hey, bro, you done a lot of stuff in Dallas, man. A lot of stuff with the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember way back in 97.9 where Ricky Smiley was on there. You was rapping all their vehicles, man.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on, man?
Yeah, boy, that was actually Steve Harvey. Right?
Steve
Okay,
Harvey,
so
whichever
correct.
one it
Shout out
was.
Steve.
Steve
Way
Harvey,
back.
shout out
I
Steve
seen
Harvey.
Steve at the Invest Fest in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I asked him what he had on. Like, I knew what you had. I was like, bro, what you got on? Like, oh man, talking about this. And I said, no, what do you smell like?
Right.
What's that like? They came in smelling like $1 billion, and he had on Louis Vuitton ombre.
Oh, okay. That sound expensive.
Catch that. You know what I'm saying?
That sound like it might be pricey.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been known as the graphic king because of my graphical abilities.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I like to consider myself to be an artist in every sense of the word. Graphic design being one of the things that I specialize in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you done a couple of logos for me. You done a
Yeah.
couple of graphics for me throughout the years, man. And then I got the privilege to kind of help you with your nonprofit.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate the help, brother. I
Man.
appreciate
So
the
tell us
help.
about your nonprofit. What kind of nonprofit you got?
Well, the name of my nonprofit is the SLAP Movement, SLAP, right?
Right. Slap.
Yeah, SLAP. And the SLAP movement is basically, the long and short of it, is a local support system for all things positive.
Come on, man.
Right,
Stop
yeah.
it, bro. Wait a minute. Local what?
A
Say that
local
again.
support system for all things positive.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we have 4 pillars that we kind of stand on, and
Right.
those pillars are artistic expression, obviously,
Okay.
health and wellness,
Okay.
education,
Right.
and community.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wow.
And so the word or the acronym SLAP has many different meanings. There's about 13 of them. Well, I'll go over a few of them. For instance, for artistic expression, it stands for support local artists, please.
Support local artists, please.
We're asking you nicely.
Wow. So
Right.
you slapping them to ask
Yeah.
me that, huh?
That's
Yeah,
slap.
yeah. For education, it's study, learn, and prosper.
Man.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your acronyms for like 13 different things.
Right.
Kind of like 13 different programs
Right.
or
Different initiatives,
right,
different
initiatives,
programs.
Right. No, that's fire.
Yeah. So,
Man. So how long you been doing that?
well, actively as a certified bona fide look it upable 501c3.
Yeah.
Look it upable.
Right.
For about, we're going on like our 6th year, but the SLAP movement has been active for about 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Dream, we're gonna call this, nonprofit websites. Because this guy's nonprofit website, he didn't went to the extreme, but we're gonna talk about things that you need to have on your nonprofit website. Because listen, y'all, if you're trying to get money over $10,000, trust me, the first place they're gonna go reference is your website.
Wow.
And there's got to be certain things on there that they're looking for, right? So we want to make sure that anybody operating with a nonprofit, listen, this is gonna be some game today.
Yeah,
you know?
serious game.
So King, man, so your website is so detailed. Like to the
Yeah.
I mean, because you're a graphic designer, I get it, but man, come on, man. Why did you go that far with it, man? Or
Well, I think it's because I have such a grandiose vision of the slap movement and the potential of the movement that I couldn't see it being any smaller than it is. Actually, I think it needs to be bigger. Because there's so many different
layers.
assets.
You got like you said, you got 13 different initiatives.
Yeah.
So that's like almost 13 different pages by themselves.
Let me ask you a question though. From a marketing perspective, could there be too many slaps?
Me personally, I don't think so. So I like compare it. So you used to work for Coca-Cola, right?
Right.
Okay. So
Sprite.
So Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is a major corporation, right? And there are many different moving parts to it. And
Got it.
And so for me, that makes sense as long as all of those different
initiatives,
all those different initiatives are serviceable,
right,
meaning they have the staff and the people in place to execute.
You're good.
Then it's done. It's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, so let's not think small. Let's not automatically minimize the dream or the thought process of some dream. You see what I did there?
For sure. I like that. No pun.
let's not minimize the dreams of anybody.
Yeah.
And allow them to think big, allow them to think outside the box, and
like
let's service the dream.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. If you operate a nonprofit, right, and you have your 501c3 status, okay, that's not good enough. You got to have a website, all right? So we're gonna talk about some components that you need to have on your website. King, what's one of the we talking about page wide and Dream. You get on this too.
Oh yeah.
What would be one of the number one pages you would think you need to have on your website? Or let me rephrase the question: what page do you think people spend the most time on your website?
Well, it's gonna be my opinion is gonna be obviously the homepage. It's the first impression.
That's correct.
So your first impression is your lasting impression. Always remember that, not your last. It's gonna be your lasting.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be there when nobody else can judge it. That's what they're using to judge
you.
How you
look when I first hit you that www.dreammotivates.com.
Mm-hmm.
When you open that thing up, I got maybe about 5 seconds.
Come on.
I might maybe 7.
Right.
So now I need to capture you, right? So capture you to stay in there. So I would say that home is a mandatory right hook.
Yeah.
Give him that star punch on Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Right.
And
it's gotta be attractive. I'm depending on the graphic people here. Come on.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I mean, yeah, that's obviously
gotta be a punch.
It's the home. It's like that's where they land. That's right. As soon as you click whatever enter, that's where it's gonna land.
And they need to hit. You need to have that star punch.
Right.
Remember Mike Tyson Punch Out, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
When you hit that star punch and you hit my man, it needs to have that punch. Meaning, it needs to be a direct power punch placement to let them know exactly who and what you're about.
That's right.
Real big and bold. Now that is going to lead me to start looking around. But if that thing don't,
if it ain't popping on the front page, you telling me it's
got
dead.
A whole,
right.
It don't even look. Yeah,
now,
so.
Y'all looking at it from a graphical standpoint or a consumer standpoint. I'm looking at it from a man. I don't know. I was told to see if this website or this nonprofit was suitable for a donation. So I'm going to look at it from like a CPA standpoint or an attorney standpoint of a client that's been asked to donate to you. Okay. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah. That's fair.
So we looking at it out from different perspectives, right? So the number one thing I'm about to go look for as a person to decide if I'm going to give you money or not, probably is going to be your About Us page. Okay? And what am I looking for on the About Us page? What I'm looking for is basically when this nonprofit was started, who was it started by, why it was started, the purpose, and the mission. I know I said a lot of things right there, but rewind the tape, right?
No.
Because if I can't find those 5 things,
we got problems.
I'm going to tell my client, hey, I don't even know what their mission is.
Yeah.
See? And so your mission is either on the home page or it's got to be in the About Us page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I'm looking for is I have to meet the team.
Mm-hmm.
So you going to let me go try to either find a team or you going to let me or you going to introduce me to the team?
Mm-hmm.
So people that don't even have a meet the team page, automatically pretty much 9 times out of 10, if you're applying for a grant, I hate to say this, but you're probably disqualified
Mm-hmm.
because you haven't identified who is actually running the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Okay. So people have to know who runs the organization. So you got your homepage. Okay. That's going to give you a snippet of pretty much all your other tabs.
Yeah.
Right. And in the way they put that on the homepage, again, goes back to the graphic people.
Yeah.
That's not my concern. My concern is if I can get to who you all about and who is actually now conducting this actual nonprofit.
Yeah, it has to be aesthetically pleasing. I mean, have you guys ever seen the Apple building in New York?
Yeah. Yeah.
The glass box.
Oh, the one that they do that they film their releases
the mug
from.
is a glass box.
I saw that, man.
Right?
I saw that.
Here's the thing.
I saw that. Doc.
You see the aesthetics?
Yeah.
It's not, even if you're a Samsung user, number one, you are having to look at it.
You have no choice.
It's mesmerizing.
Right.
Number two, let me just go in.
Check it.
Let me just go in and see what is really going in. And then now you're in, and you might not have wanted nothing, but they might have some cases or something that have applied to, or might have switched you over because of the experience. So when you're on this website, it has to give you those elements. And so a lot of people, where you're left-minded or right-minded, which is a creative like me and bro, we have to draw you in and then apply things to the person like you, where you know, if you had an IBM or Apple, you probably hit the IBM. But there's a lot of Apple-minded people that want to see it. So we got to know how to give them that balance.
That's right.
Or you will lose several opportunities. Right.
That's right, Dream. You're right on it, man.
Yeah.
So now, after I discover who you are, I see who's actually running the organization. Probably the next thing I'm looking for is, what do you offer?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So listen to me and listen to me very clearly. You have to actually show what programs and services you provide to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be identical for what you told the IRS on your application as well.
Which I'm thinking, in that part, you need to have a little bit of social proof.
Come on.
Let me see. Don't just hit me with some words. Let me see some picture with you and Opal Lee. Let me see you in pictures with you and Dr. Don't
hit me with no words. Yeah, so you say hit me with a visual.
Yeah, let me hit you in the community giving out these turkeys. Let me see it.
Video.
Yeah, let me see some. Yeah, let me see some social proof. Now, back in the day, 03, 05, 06, you might get away with a couple paragraphs.
Oh man,
but we need to see you,
man. And I'm glad you said that, Dream, because you see, back in 1980s, 90s.
Oh yeah, the paperwork.
Let me to go harder.
The paperwork, Johnson. That's it.
See, you used to be able to apply for money before you even did the program. And you will be able to tell the government, hey, this is what I want to do. But guess what? We're in 2020 now and above. And now it's a reactive situation.
It is.
They're not going to give you no money until you prove
the
program that you're already doing.
Correct.
See the difference? Big, huge difference, y'all.
Correct.
So here's what we have to do. And this is game. Your programs and services, like Dream said, need to have a visual. It need to show what it actually offers.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this too, Dream?
Mm.
They need to be able to sign up for it.
Correct.
Did you hear me?
You have to have a sign up. Yeah.
Why do they need to be able to sign up for it?
You have to have data. I mean, you have to have the data.
Because we just said it.
Yeah.
Now we in a reactive situation now.
Yeah.
So if you can't prove data, then why do you need the grant?
Correct.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we need the data.
So listen to me, y'all. This is so crucial. If you can show that, hey, I had 55 people sign up for this program.
Yeah.
Right?
A social proof.
On a timestamp database, right?
That's it. It shows when they got in, the date they got in, the time they got in.
So here it is. Every website should also have a submit form. See, correct. when I hit I'm interested in that program, an action button, bam. it should take me to a submit form and say, hey, which programs and services do you want to sign up for?
Correct.
Name, get the information, and now you have proof
Yeah.
that somebody needs your services. Man,
Correct.
I can't. Now,
Correct.
guess what? You applying for the grant now? Man, I see that 58 people that signed up for what?
Intro to audio.
Come on.
Intro to audio.
See? So again, you have to have an action button. Am I right? I keep hearing this on social media. There's got to be some action, some kind of action drawing you to an action, because if not, then what is this for?
Right. And the correct term is the call to action.
Call to action. There you go.
So what you also want to do is, let's say you started a 501c3. Now, I don't know that you're the paperwork guy. I'm not even kind of going through the contracts and all that. I'm not, my brain ain't for try to do that. However, let's say you just started a 501c3, you better start getting some case studies done, because you just need to start getting active and doing stuff in the community. Don't try to start, I ain't going to start until I get donations.
Right.
In my opinion, I think you just need to start and find you somebody like King or Dream Media, somebody that can videotape that joint, document that joint, put a really nice
Dream, you own it, because you're going from working for money to asking for money.
Yeah, you asking me for the bread. I need to see where the bread is going.
Right.
Now, exactly. This is about, that's a total different approach. And so you were absolutely right, man. You better have your
just let me see, man.
Thank you.
No disrespect.
My visuals.
No disrespect
right.
to the churches of the world. I love y'all. I really do. And I appreciate what y'all do. But COVID proved that the building didn't mean nothing.
That's correct. Right. Come on,
man.
Because God is in us.
Come on.
But it wasn't until we can actually see us being a church outside the church that's what I'm about. I've always been about giving. I just need to see where my gifts are going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a problem with some of the 501c3s, such as churches. I call it the pastor effect.
Right.
You got a 501c3. Next thing I know, you in a Bentley.
Right.
What you should be, if this is what you do, because you probably already had bread. However, the congregation don't understand that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk
and
about
if they
that.
don't see no growth,
then how is what is percentage based? But remember, going back to the percentage based model?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Don't that correct all of that?
There, yeah.
Correct all of that?
Yeah.
Listen, Dream brought up something real important. If you already applied for your 501c3, there's 2 applications. If you apply for the big one, you have to submit paperwork with that. Listen to me. They're going to check references. What's the number one reference they're going to go check, y'all? Is your website. So make sure your paperwork says exactly what's on your website when it comes to your program. We're going to take a commercial, right? We'll come back. Again, Websites 101. We're in here with the SLAP movement, King Ashoka, man. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Let's get it.
Hey, I'm Russell Thompson with the Succeed Podcast. A lot of people ask me how to start a 501c3 or a nonprofit. Well, if you need some help with that, please give us a call. Go to our website, succeedconsultingfirm.com, or you can call us at 214-292-8836. Again, if you need help with that nonprofit, give us a call. I'm very passionate about people that are doing things for others, so give us a call today.
What's happening, people? It's your boy, King Ashoka, a.k.a. Captain Slap, and I am pleased and honored to be here at the Succeed Consulting Firm podcast. So what I want to say to you is check me out, theslapmovement.org. We're a local support system for all things positive. If you would like us to come slap some life into you, come check us out at theslapmovement.org. That's the SLAP movement.org. Slap you soon.
Yo, check this out. If I ask you a question right now, what is the most popular soda in the world? Most people will always say Coca-Cola. If I ask you what's the most clear popular soda in the world, most people say Sprite. Isn't that ironic? My question is to you, what does branding mean to you? How success and branding tie together? I have a program right now. It's called Become the Brand, where we show you how to take your brand, your imagination, you figure out what the brand is, package you up, and you become the brand. If you're interested in that, check your boy out at dreammotivates.com or becomethebrand.com, and we have a whole situation packaged, ready, and acted for you. Let's get back to the program. Yo, what up, world? It's your man Dream with Dream Motivate. Shout out to everybody that is blessing the world with your nonprofits. Or if you have ever thought about starting a nonprofit, or if you're already doing nonprofit, but you don't have none of your paperwork together, you're just out blessing people, you don't know how to get the donations, and you're doing a lot of stuff for free, and you're not doing anything for your community by not developing a situation package ready to go. Well, guess that this right here is exactly for you. Russell Thompson has been in the lab, ladies and gentlemen. He is taking care of business, and he has finally got a whole course for 501c3s. That's right. We are right here from the Succeed podcast. We tackled Russell Thompson, put him in the lab, and he's spitting fire, showing you from A all the way to Z how to start a productive 501c3. So if you're interested in that, check the link in the bio and we got you. Check this out. Do not miss this opportunity because we have it packaged, ready, rocking and rolling for a discount for you because you have liked, shared, and subscribed some of the content. Let's get back to the episode. Welcome back to the Succeed podcast. We are in here with my man King slapping us around.
Right.
And my boy Russell Thompson. Man, look, Russ, first of all, man, I see you rocking your shirt, my brother.
Say, listen,
Does
y'all.
that say no to Will, my brother?
say
no to Will. My man said, listen, if you writing wills for your family,
come on,
you are messing up your whole situation. You're begging for probate. That's a whole nother episode.
Wow.
But
that's another t-shirt.
Stop begging for probate. We're gonna slap you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that, man. Listen, we up in here, we talk about the 501c3. We absolutely are learning about the web development, what needs to be on the websites. You know, King's in the building. Just show me some dope footage of Erykah Badu behind the stage. Shout out to DOC and all his other clients that you rocking, man. Can't wait to get Doc in the building if we can ever get him in here. But you are doing so much dope stuff in the community, man. And I've always run across you, and every time I see you, man, you've always been A1 with me, man. So I want to give my brother his flowers today,
Thank
man.
You, brother. Appreciate that.
For constantly always rocking and being trill to your craft, bro. Thank you for just always being a real dude, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So we got, man, Russ, listen, man. So, you know, for us, we need to listen. We need to try. We're trying to figure out. We want to start a 501c3. We want the do's and the don'ts. We can make it look shiny and all good, but
right.
You know, I know you've had a couple of stories. I know you've seen a couple of things that where people just, man, there's some flags on the play.
Right.
Shout out to the Cowboy game versus 49ers. I don't know what my man Dak Prescott had going on, but there's some flags
on the play.
And this is the flag on the play moment with Russell Thompson. What are some flags on the play? What's some stories that we can kind of tell people like, bro, this is not, and if you do this, this is what happened. You got any, you know?
I mean, you know, when it comes to, you know, your website, you know, you're either going to be the first person to put your information out there, or you're going to let somebody else find your information. See? And that's how powerful this website is, because again, you know, shout out to all the people that's on social media and know what SEOs is, search engine optimizations, because you have to, you know, if you go to Google and type in your nonprofit name, what should happen, Dre?
Pop up.
Yeah. You should pop up
on the first page.
Right. So again, we're talking about looking at this thing from people that are in position to have to go look at your 501c3 and see whether you're, you know, worthy enough to give money to. The number one thing they're actually looking for is to make sure that you are totally in compliance and that you can handle this type of money. Right. So how do you prove that? Well, first of all, you got to prove that with the, you know, who you are. You got to prove that with, you know, a staff that you work with. You got to prove that with the program, the services that you actually offer. Unless you want to get real about it, you need to know how much those programs and services cost per person, per day. Did you hear me? See, the grant game has changed. Everybody say, man, you know, everybody come to me and ask me and say, do you know, I need a grant writer. Man, the grant writers are gone. Everything is online now. Right? So all the applications now are online. And now you have to be able to fill out the application, but attach your upload documents to actually get these grants now. So everything's changed now.
So
right?
King, how's it going with your 501c3, bro? I mean, so Russ set it up. He set it up 6 years ago,
Right.
right? So how's everything going?
So I'm still raising the money for different, locations. So as you know, I likened the slap movement to Coke, right? So we have a bunch of different flavors of sodas
There you go.
that we're dealing with. And so one of the flavors that we've been pretty successful in raising money for is it was about community, saving lives, assisting people.
Wow.
Right? That's another acronym that SLAP holds. And so one of my great friends, Chance Noble, God rest his soul.
Man, rest in peace.
He was battling cancer for quite some time. And in Chance's last days, he thanked me a lot. And on his it's at this point, it's difficult for me to take those thank yous because he did pass, but he thanked me for helping him raise the money to extend his life for the amount of time that he had, was able to extend it based on the money that we raised. So, different campaigns, we got to run different campaigns for different flavors, if you will. And so, that was one of the more successful campaigns. But again, like you talked about, it's about the staff and the people involved. And sometimes, I can speak about SLAP. My idea seems quite grandiose to some people. So I have to kind of pick and choose which soda I want to feed to the people.
Come on, man. Wow, because every soda don't fit.
Right. Every soda doesn't fit. And see, the beauty of the SLAP movement is I have the ability to pick and choose the soda. So if you're more on community, then we have that initiative and that we have that program that's about community. Right. But if you're more about sports, it happens to stand for support local athletic programs.
Nice.
Wow.
Right.
See?
So you can see where the initiative changes and
that's pretty cool.
The type of programming.
The person can grab whatever they.
I love that.
Whatever they adapt to.
You want a Sprite?
Right.
Sprite.
Right.
Dr.
Right.
Pepper?
I want some root beer. So I might want to just be on stop local area poverty.
Nice.
Wow.
Which is another form of SLAP.
There you go.
Right.
Right.
And each one, obviously, you'd understand that programming would be geared to helping out the community, stopping poverty. What are we doing about homelessness? How are we feeding the people? What sort of resources are we going to give to people? Because in my journey to SLAP the world, one of the initiatives that we won was helping heat the homeless, which was when we went under the tent, under the bridge, where they had Tent City, the 5 city blocks of just homeless people. And I learned that under there, that some people, all they need is assistance with getting their social or getting some information that they might have lost. But for some people, that's the last stop. That's it.
Right.
The drugs or the whatever has taken toll of their life to the point where that's going to be what it is. And you have to just, in a nonprofit world, you have to be able to set up those filters to kind of understand how you can be effective or how you're being ineffective by enabling.
Right.
So in that specific lane, with regards to homelessness and helping the community in that lane. So
my question for everybody that's doing a 501c3 has always been, and it's been a challenge for me. Like, I threw parties for a living, right? So I rented out the building.
Right. I
charged at the door.
Correct.
I got paid.
Right.
From the door sales.
Right.
501c3 is like
that ain't how it go.
You rent out the building, you don't charge at the door, and hopefully
you can charge at the door. See, that's a big, and we're gonna talk about that.
When I say this, because I always call it the church effect. I haven't seen one church when you go to the church, hey man, $5 at the door.
Right.
But if the service is good, I got a word, I'm donating after that. Right. So my question to you, King, is in this journey for me as just like this big brother, little brother, like, how does this work, man? Because you got to make a living. And so maybe it's for people that just already have so much money and they're just giving away. And man, I can't take this with me. Or I'm talking about. I ain't talking about those cats. I'm talking about, man. This is a 501c3. You got to give it. Somebody gave you 10 grand today.
Yeah.
So again,
how do you take care of you?
Right. That's a good question, brother.
And then how do you allocate those funds? Like, I gave you 10 grand today.
Right.
How much goes to you right now? And then how much goes to everybody else? So like, how does that work?
So listen, goes back to the percentage-based model. And if you're operating a public 501c3, record of thumb here is 50% of everything that come into the actual 501c3 got to go to what, King? Programs and services.
All right, 50%.
50%.
All right, so King, if I gave you 10 racks,
10 racks,
5 grand going to
programs and services.
That's going to all the slap movements.
Okay, all that going. Okay,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, this is the next thing on the website. If I'm looking at your website and seeing if I'm going to give you money because, you know, my client wants to give you money, don't you think that I want to see if other people are involved? I think so. So you need to have a get involved page. How do people get involved with you?
Oh, volunteers.
Yes, they can volunteer.
Okay.
They can become a member. They can be part of your email subscription. They can attend an event. They could be a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can donate.
So wait, that's what I'm saying.
Come on. So these options.
No, seriously, King.
Really?
I need you to answer this,
right?
man.
Yeah.
We're going to answer that question.
Somebody gave you. All right, now with the other 5 grand.
So we got 5 grand left. And that's why I talked
left.
about the get involved part. Because, you know, what we're training people to do is that 25% of that money left, Dream, has to be used for staff members to run the programs.
Okay, so 25%
now listen to me.
Staff.
All your nonprofits out there depend on volunteers for life. It's not going to work. You have to pay people to run the programs. Am I right, King?
75% gone, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? And then that leaves what, y'all? 25%.
All right.
Now, the 25% is left for administration. Okay? Now, in administration, Dream, the board can vote how much money goes to board members. See? Okay. So are we taking 5% of that money and giving it to board members?
You know, my fear has always been, because, you know, people always ask, Dream, you should start a 501. So I had this thing called Moms Don't Quit. I was featured on Fox 4 News.
Mm-hmm.
I gave away a couple cars to single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, everybody thought it was a 501c3. It was not. It was, it was my way of tithing.
Right.
It was my universal way of
tithing.
saying, God, thank you so much. I'm able to give when I was not able to give at a point in time in my life. I was I used to sleep on the floor. So it was crazy my whole life. And everybody thought that Moms Don't Quit was the name of it, was a 501c3.
It should have been.
Yeah, but see, the fear, well, y'all can help me overcome it, because God has always been blessing me with be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I've always had nice things. So then you just meet me and just accidentally see me in one of my whips or whatever. And you're like, so that's where my money going. Bro, that if one person had ever said that to me, bro, that'd piss. So I'd rather my formula's been like this. I am profit. I'm for profit. I grind, I hustle, I need you to understand this is how I make my money. And then what I do is I just tag team with a slap. I said, look, man, shout out to Slap, man. We just gonna slap y'all to death and give y'all slap some money over to my brother. And because I don't want nobody coming at me with that pastor effect, bro. That will crush me, bro.
Well, I think part of that has to do with what you were talking about, having that proof of the grind, right? If you are known, see, I didn't start the Slap movement to become a nonprofit organization.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was just out there on the grind. When I was under the bridge, feeding the homeless, helping heat the homeless, I wasn't a nonprofit. That's when I first learned. Like, as a matter of fact, we were down there, the whole squad down there. We got the barbecue grills. We got the sound system hooked up. They dancing.
The stage.
Everything. It's going down. It's a block party underneath at Tent City.
Wow.
Going down.
And then they were so appreciative. Now, it's 5 city blocks. Now, the heavy drug users on this end, and it phases up, right? And they don't really associate with each other. They said, man, don't you know that you're the only organization that got all 5 of these different spots partying and something at the
Wow.
same location. He said, you know, you can get money for that. I'm thinking like, bro, get you some barbecue. I'm not here for your money. I'm not here for that. I'm like, get some barbecue, man. Go fill up your cup, man. Go get on the mic and kick it. Right. So that was just innate in me to do that. Like we gotta help people out. Right. So then it just happened. The people they came around, the people that saw the work, right? And then they were like, hey, you need to be a nonprofit. I was like, well, hey, that costs money. It was like, so it organically happened, right? So having that ability to be looked at as an organization that actually does that shit, like I can't hate on Susan G. Komen, but I don't know where that money goes to once you give it to them, because I believe cancer already has a cure, right? So y'all spending all this money on curing something that's already cured.
Come on, man.
Like, where is that money going to?
Right.
I don't see what.
You know who the coldest hustlers are to me, and I don't know if they forgive me. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, but I gotta say something because I've always wanted to understand this. I'm not coming for you, but please educate me. The coldest ones to me, bruh, are the Girl Scouts.
Oh, the cookies.
How they do that, bro? Like, they're the only ones that, bro, you could go to the Bank of America. You could be posted up your side. Imagine if I go to Walmart and say, yo, man, I'm Dream motivates, man. I want to sell some slap t-shirts in here, and it's going to go towards the UTB Foundation or whatever. They're like, man, if you don't get your...
Right.
But meanwhile, give me 40 mints.
Right.
Give me 2 peanut butter joints. Give me, and
but
I'm
it's branding.
About
it's about branding. Dream. They have branded themselves well in the community that they raise money through cookie sales.
I asked them. I said,
they're the only one that really do it. If you think about it, I
said, where does this money be going?
Oh yeah, Doc.
No, not one. I'm pretty sure that it goes to making some more cookies or whatever. But
you trying to figure out where the rest of it goes.
I'm trying to figure out how can we get that.
We giving them the money to re-up. That's the cookie re-up money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Hold on. My man is selling the $5 to $7 boxes, and they gone. They be cold. They gone and selling.
Wow.
And so when I look at that, I'm just like, 501c3 nonprofit,
and that goes to my next point. On your website, you have the right to sell merchandise.
Yeah.
See, and that's another merch that you can raise money with. So Dream is telling you, they selling cookies. You can be selling your T-shirts, your mugs, your hats.
I was actually in the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts, and I don't remember.
No cookies, right?
No, I don't remember selling no cookies.
Ain't no cookies, bro.
Branding.
Right, but I do remember working for the merit badges and going to camp and doing all that stuff. But
Boy Scouts gets a lot of money, and and I'm glad you said that. So when people that's doing their nonprofits, listen to me. Money is given through zip code. I want to make sure you understand what I just said. Okay, so if you got one of the major players in your zip code that you just started a nonprofit for, like a YMCA, like a Boys and Girls Club, like a Salvation Army, well, guess what? They're getting all the money in that zip code.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think you're going to come in as a new nonprofit and start getting money from the city and the state in that zip code, because you're not.
See, I think the nonprofit, like Salvation Army, right? I think the nonprofit is easier for the cat that's never seen. Like Salvation Army, do we know who owns this?
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah, but do we know have we ever seen the face of the Salvation Army? All I can remember is the bell, the thing.
It's a nonprofit.
But when it comes to a person,
right?
That's for me. That's when it get like
that's local community. Like what you're saying.
Real talk. If we seen King pull up in the new Bentley, I'm gonna be happy for my brother. Like, already, let me just roll out. But some of them people gonna be like, "Oh, that's where my money going." That's where that's been my fear, bro.
And let me clear that up. Let me clear that up. And so, listen, for my nonprofit, I don't take money out of it because it's a vehicle that we give money to, right? But let's be real about it. Like Dream is saying, sometimes you need to have a private foundation that gives money to a public 501c3 because of what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that label on you. You drive. Listen, you can avoid all that by staying private. That's why private foundations are existence.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
because
that's a good
now
way.
they're the one gives money to the public charity.
There we
See?
go. That
Now?
sounds good to me.
And now we don't have to take money off of none of that. We're just giving, right? We're giving in that particular situation, right? So again, your website is very important. You got to make sure you have ways that people can get involved and submit a form to get involved. Not just say, hey, man, I'll volunteer. Nah, submit this form to volunteer. See? Because the more volunteers you show, the more members you show, the more events that you have people want to attend. What is a person like me that's the CPA and the attorney saying, hey, you really want to donate to this company? All right, let me check it out and make sure, man. All right. Okay, I see they got activity. They got people that support them. They got people around them. Let me tell you also something about your donation page. See, so many websites just have donation. Oh, I take donations. Do you know that there's 3 different types of donations that you can receive? See, a lot of people, y'all missing this, right? Let me talk about in-kind donations. Right? So let's say you need an architect for the new building that you want to design for your nonprofit. Well, you can get an architect to give you the hours to design that building. And how much does he charge? He charges $125 an hour. It took him 8 hours to do that. Guess what? You can write him off a $2,000 receipt. So in exchange for his work, instead of paying him cash, guess what you did? You wrote him a donation receipt. That's game. Okay? Number 2. You've always heard that commercial, right off the car, not the kid.
Asset.
Man, we take asset donations here. We have a company that can liquidate the asset and turn it into cash within 24 hours. So listen, they're going to charge you a rate for that. But if somebody wants to give you a motorcycle that their husband is deceased and not using no more, you can take that. It can turn into cash just like that for your organization. It's called asset donations. And I'm saying the SLAP movement has all 3 of these ways they take donations: in kind, asset donation, and the last one, of course, is financial donation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you have a platform that can take a payment online.
Yeah.
Nobody's mailing checks in it anymore.
Absolutely not. SLAP don't want no check.
If you can't take
Now,
it, if they can't,
I will come pick up a check
We'll
now.
go,
right?
you probably want that. What is it called? The certified.
Right. No, so make sure PayPal is the best vehicle. Why? Because PayPal tracks your donation receipts. So if somebody donates $1, they got a donation receipt already sent to them. Come on, they donate $10. PayPal gonna let you up to I think 10,000 up to a large amount.
Wow.
And you have to be registered as a 501c3 on PayPal to actually get the actual credit, so you don't have to pay the fee. Right? So they'll let all your donation money come in. So again, that's game. And again, go check out the slapmovement.org.
Man.
So you can kind of, you're gonna look at a site that's over the top, but you get the idea.
Spend some time on the site now. Click on the buttons. See why it's over the top. Spend some time at the top. Spend some time up there. The top ain't always lonely. Okay? So come join me on the top. Hit that donate button.
Make sure you have a testimonial page, right?
Yes, please.
You have to show people that, hey, I have helped people in the actual community. I can't stress that enough. It's even also wise to thank your sponsors and thank your people that have donated as well. So these are different tabs and pages that you need to have on your site. Make your site a full-fledged website. So as me coming through there looking at it, I say, you know what? Matter of fact, I kind of almost fell in love with these people.
Yeah.
Because of the content they have. It's not just words. They have real pictures. And last thing I want to say, and Dream and King gonna vouch for this. You might have to start your website off with photo stock pictures. But you have to eventually replace those pictures with your own pictures and your action pictures of your organization and yourself. I can't stress that enough. So every nonprofit needs a photo shoot. Y'all can call Dream or y'all can call King for that photo shoot. Man, hey, it's been a good time, but I always love collaborating with people in the community, man. Especially y'all doing big things in this graphic world. You know what I mean? And websites is all about that. So, thanks so much, King, for being here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want y'all to most definitely follow my man King. How can they follow you, brother?
Man, you can follow me on all the social media platforms. Just look up. You can find the SLAP movement or King Ashoka, KINGASHOKA. I'm very Googleable. right? Very
Googleable.
Googleable, right? Throw Dallas, Texas in there, after
There
that, so
you go.
because there are a couple of other kings, man. But I want to say thank y'all for having me on the show here, and I just wanted to plug real quick one of the programs in the slap movement that we are currently accepting funds for, right? And it's the Slap Massive program, and that's massive spelled MACIV, which stands for Mobile Application Cabinet Installation Vehicle.
Wow,
Okay,
man, come on, bro.
It's-
Well, you went deep.
Yeah, it's kind of techie, right? Because one of the things that I have also is a cabinet installation company, and my 50-year-old back has said, you kind of need to chill out on that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can disseminate some of this information to those who might be able to take your place. And so it's a 53-foot transforming trailer truck equipped with AI and VR mixed with real world applications to teach these students how to install cabinets in a safe environment, kind of meeting them where they are at with regards to all the visual technologies and
Nice.
the cool shit.
And I'm pretty sure there's a pretty penny on the other side of that.
Yeah, there is a pretty penny on the side of that, which we all need to band together and chip in on. But yeah. But yeah, so if you go to the website and you go to the tab that is Study, Learn, and Prosper, you'll go in there and you'll see the Slap Massive button, and you can go in there and check out the whole program, the syllabus, there's a 3D rendering of the truck, so you really get to understand exactly what we're doing with that. Wow. Even examples of the VR section. You put the goggles on and you are transformed, you are taken away to an actual job site where you don't have to be on an actual job site, but you're learning the different tools, cold. You're learning the measurements, you're learning all the stuff that you need to learn without being in danger of a 2x4 falling on your head.
For real.
Wow, bro.
One time for Slap Massive.
Yes, one
slap
time. 2 times.
2 times.
Slap Massive?
Massive. MACIV. Mobile Application Cabinet Installation Vehicle. It's a beast.
That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's tight.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, King, man, thanks for coming in, bro. Yeah. Thanks for sharing your wealth of knowledge, man. Thanks for what you do to the community, man. You've been doing it for a minute, man. I seen you out there on the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I seen you out there under the bridge.
Yeah.
I seen you out there in South Dallas at Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Man, everywhere you go in the city, man, people appreciate what you do, man.
Well,
Thanks so much,
bro.
Y'all. Yeah, I appreciate you. Listen, guys, if you got value from this, please do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe right here with the Succeed Podcast. This episode was talking about your websites, and I cannot let the past go through with y'all not understanding this t-shirt, this hoodie right here says Dream Media Agency. So if you need a website, you need social media, if you need podcasts, if you need anything, holla at the squad. We got your back. And most definitely, like I always say, man, keep God in your life and keep grinding. Let's get it. It's your man Dream. Dream motivates along with Russell Thompson, the Kings in the building. Let's get massive and slap your way to the top. Let's get it.
Slap.
Peace.
Yeah.